If this is a mask, Fred, it's a pretty darn good one.
Okay, ready? Easily the creepiest imagery that we'd ever seen from Scooby-Doo up to this point. In 3,
hold it still or
2,
give it to Daphne.
1.
Welcome to Jester Brothers Cartoon Theater, everyone! I am Ghost Alec, and this is my brother, Spooktacular Lou. What do you got there?
It's a contact ball. Contact juggling. Circus.
Cool.
Hi, everybody! We're here to watch Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Yeah! You know, we usually do shows on this. You know, this is just one of my favorite things to watch for Halloween. It's one of Alec's favorites too, and in my opinion, it's one of the objectively best Scooby-Doo movies out there. It's not that long, and you know, it's Halloween weekend, and we wanted to do something special for everybody.
And happy Halloween, by the way, those of you who are celebrating. This will probably drop just a couple days before, potentially.
Just to open up the channels for the commenters here, if there are any other animated films you want us to jump into, holiday ones, or just, you know, anything good that's come out recently that you want us to cover, you know what to do.
And, by the way, we just covered Scooby-Doo on an episode of our podcast, Expedition Cartoon, where we talked about whether we would live in the entirety of the Scooby-verse and all of its iterations. That podcast is available on YouTube if you'd like, but also in all of the normal audio places like Apple Podcasts and Spotify and whatnot.
Yes, indeed. Please go give that a little support. I really am loving doing that podcast with Alec. It's really fun. He's putting a lot of work into it, so go check that out. There is a YouTube that you can find it on as well if you don't want to go to another platform. Without further ado, everybody, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Something that's immediately amazing to me, just to start off this way, right?
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo's been around for so long, like late 60s, early 70s, I think. And this movie came out in like early 2000, and it sort of like breathed new life in. It felt like a new era of Scooby-Doo movies. I think I was a little older than you, so I was really able to remember it dropping. But look at how much this matches the vibe of the original so well, even 30 years later.
You know, it does. One thing that I've heard it acclaimed for as well is that it kind of takes it up a notch in terms of like I'll even call it the graphicness. Not just in terms of, like, gore and, like, the haunted, spooky feeling, but also just in terms of, like, animation being a lot grittier than it's used to. Even just right now, it is classic, but we're getting a lot more dimension in this castle, a lot more shading, a lot more complexity than we ever would have gotten from the original series.
Totally true. Same vibes, but improved, taken to another level. I kind of consider this a milestone Scooby-Doo property. You know, there have been others, but Zombie Island, I'm already brought back, dude.
I love it, dude. Oh, wait, and the music. The music in this is so good.
And the way that we have, like, this modern adaptation of the old song.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the modern adaptions of these songs don't hit too, but I think this one's pretty good. It's really trying to set up like, yep, this is Scooby-Doo. You know who we are, what's up? And it does it in a great way.
It does, and it's leading us into, okay, this was Scooby-Doo, but now this is Scooby-Doo also.
Like, it's Mr. Beeman, the real estate agent.
It's Mr. Beeman, the real estate agent. It's always a money launderer, dude. Yeah, and like you said, this is like the end of what would have been a classic episode. And I like that they're setting the stage this way, like...
And that's how we solved the case of the moat monster.
That transition.
And now it's modern day.
Ooh, stories like that always give me the heebie-jeebies.
I know, dude. I get nostalgia from this so hard.
Very successful syndicated series on Americana.
So I also like that they're like very established to be young adults in this and not teenagers, and I think that is a very welcome change that makes the tone make a lot of sense too.
Turned out to be bad guys in a mask.
And again, it was like, oh, it was always a bad guy in a mask. It got really old. Furthering this transition into what is something a little bit new.
Yes, it's creating something totally new. It's showing you what it started with. But it's also saying, like, it almost gives you a vibe, even though it's not explicitly said, that this could be, like, years later. You know, Daphne is a TV host. You know, we're about to see where the rest of the gang's at, which is some good comedy opportunity.
Yeah, it's funny how some movies, and I'm sure audience you can relate, when you hear audio or hear music or see anything from a movie that was just beloved to you as a child, and then it comes flooding back, like you remember every word.
I'm interested to see if you and I have the same nostalgia triggers, because her talking is one of them. This newscast is one of them. There's a few other lines specifically that really hit for me, and if they are the same, that'll be really weird, because that means there's something about the way those lines were delivered that gives you a sense of nostalgia. There's science there.
Okay. There is. Say nostalgia trigger whenever you have one, and I'll do the same.
Deal. Let's do it.
Cool.
Getting a shot of Freddy, guys.
Woo! Oh, it's Fred!
Cute or what?
New series of segments called Haunted America.
Sort of a ghost to ghost with Daphne Blake.
I do love that they also set the stage of like, oh, it was always fake, you know, it was always fake, and that was a bummer. With the exception of a few properties like 13 Ghosts, maybe a few one-off episodes, this is the first time they really tackle the idea that something real is going on.
Daphne.
Oh my god, I love
Yes.
this.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with Daphne Blake.
One of those jokes that doesn't hit till you're older.
Right on it, boss man, sir.
They work for TSA. Goofy's a drug-sniffing dog.
As a kid, I never considered that whatsoever, any of
Me
it.
either! Imagine an adult watching this as their kid, like, is he, like, sniffing out? What are they trying to find? Scooby!
Pretty sneaky.
They hired
But
him
they
as a
can't roll your
drug-sniffing
nose.
dog.
Nostalgia trigger the cheese.
Like
Oh,
no
really? Okay, that one
man
didn't hit
flown
for
into
me.
our country with us on the job.
Got it. Number 24,
Trigger for me.
the creepy
This for
clown
nostalgia.
town. Got it. Number
Me too.
25, Menace at Mummy Manor. Got it.
And the old classic TV blinking.
Bye.
I love the imagery of this library, too. This totally... Like, it's funny that Scooby and Shaggy ended up working for Customs, and in a way I get it. But this one actually makes the most sense of every character.
Freddy? Jinkies! Sounds great. Count me in.
So ready for the new adventure. I love it.
We're getting the band back together!
You ate all the contraband.
You ate all the contraband!
Like
Nostalgia.
us, boss.
Bro.
You don't need it all. There's still a couple of gorgonzolas left. Help yourself.
This is just so funny to me, because they're always, like, made fun of for being stoners. Like, the live-action movie, they make direct fun of it.
I'm Mary Jane.
Like that is my favorite name.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
This is a lot more subtle of a joke. Like, kids would not get what they're joking about here, but adults are like...
So what if this was like the greatest gig ever? You sure you haven't forgotten anything?
Fred, what is with you? Yes, I'm sure, I'm sure.
Well then.
I also hate it when people ask me that. You know the funny thing about this is I immediately forget that it's Daphne's birthday after this scene.
So hard, I guess I forgot my own birthday.
I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, I didn't remember that either, actually.
Oh,
It ends
Freddy,
so quickly.
This is
It is a really convenient plot point to get everybody back together.
Yeah, it really is.
Like too long, Velma. They're stale.
You know, I feel like people always make a joke about Shaggy eating Scooby snacks, and I don't know why, but that never seemed all that strange to me. Like,
I get it, it's dog food.
could be weirder. Maybe my standards are just too high now.
I just assumed that, as a kid anyway, that they were as good for dogs as they were for humans. I never
Did
really
you
thought
really?
about it. I could have been persuaded to eat a Scooby snack. Well, and I think they even made some that... Were those for dogs or were they for humans? Tell us, commenters.
Wait, this music is my
Yeah, this is so good.
Ghost is here in the manor now. He's fake.
Like, how perfect is this to watch for Halloween? It's everywhere.
It's gorgeous, dude. It's literally, it's too amazing. All of these designs are great. Graveyard, like Look, I liked 90s and 80s pop, or 90s and, or I guess early 2000s pop punk everybody. This still hits so hard for me.
We're sort of getting this awesome montage, and it's like, oh, we're trying to get this on film. Too bad it's a fake villain, as if this wouldn't also be awesome to get footage of, and to have a series where this is really happening in real life.
You know, you're right about that. Oh, this lobster gives me nostalgia for some reason. Which is so funny, because I thought the other designs were probably a little better. This one's red, though.
Yeah, very bright red. I bet that's part of it.
You know, I can get Daphne's frustration of just like, yo, I'm trying to catch an actual ghost. It's probably how, like, all of those really terrible, like, ghost TV shows feel when they fake all of their evidence.
That's a lot. I mean, yeah.
Couldn't help it over here. I work as a chef in a house on Moon
Oh,
Square.
her
A
voice.
house that really is
Nostalgia.
haunted.
Also, the voice acting in this is absolutely amazing. For Scooby-Doo.
It's probably just some guy in an old pirate suit trying to scare off the local kids.
The ghost is real, of course. If you're too scared to go.
One thing I like about this one, too, is that because usually Scooby-Doo is a guessing game of who done it a little bit, it throws you off the trail a little bit more in this movie than arguably in any other Scooby-Doo property.
I never really felt like I knew what was going on growing up.
Oh, really? I mean, I didn't know what was going on, but I definitely saw this scene and I was like, she did it.
Or at least she's not who she says she is.
Yeah, or she's involved.
Sounds promising.
Well, again, though, with my expectation, I just thought she's the person who did it. You know what I mean?
Hey, Scoob.
Oh, man, I love sandwiches. I'm hungry now. I can't wait to eat lunch after this. Okay, I just gotta say, Ultra Instinct Shaggy is real. Have you seen this dude eat? That man has so much energy that must be in his soul.
You know, I really like the Bayou aesthetic that they managed to paint throughout this movie.
I was literally gonna say that exact same thing.
People go into that bayou and they don't never come out.
See, my first thought is he didn't do it, because he looked too sus.
Well, that's true, and when they really start to do that, they do try to bait you in that way a lot of the time.
Yeah. Hey everyone, this is the end of the recording, and I'm sticking this in the middle of the video to tell you to subscribe to the channel.
This is a great scene. The music on this boat, just, I don't know, it's really nice. No dialogue.
It doesn't rush into anything. It wants you to just be in the bayou and see the place before the mystery unfolds.
1700s, pirates used this bayou to hide from the law.
This is so enjoyable.
Isn't this fun?
Yeah, this is
just
really
getting
great.
to watch this movie that we both love so much in this setting, man.
Arguably the actual scariest thing in this film is the idea that they might have just gotten eaten by alligators.
I lived in Florida where there were a lot of gators. They do not attack very often. Gator
Very
attacks
often.
are rare. But honestly, I was more afraid of snakes.
Thanks, mister.
Oh, great design again. His eyes are all bugged out. He's got the tooth necklace. He hates tourists.
Man after my own heart.
Not too friendly, is he?
He didn't do it. You know he didn't do it. If they're that aggressive right off the bat, it's a fact that they didn't do it in this formula. Even this one gives it away pretty quick.
Hunting pig.
If y'all haven't seen this whole movie without our commentary, definitely recommend it.
On Scar Island, dead ahead.
Also, just the phrase Moonscar Island does stick out in my mind as well as something a bit nostalgic.
does. Oh, it's nostalgic. I was just thinking it was really cool for the theming and imagery too. It just gives you a feeling of like a sunburn, but a moon scar. It's like the gothic emo version of a sunburn. You know, so much of the how great this film is to me is just how like artistic all of the scenes are. You know, just seeing the trees, seeing the, you know, birds flying by, the mansion. It's just a very scenic film, when a lot of Scooby-Doo properties prior to this one had been pretty plain and flat in terms of their, like, backgrounds and stuff.
Are you getting
Yeah, I
all
underestimated that how much the setting mattered when I was a kid, especially.
Yeah.
And yet, it's that setting and the music and, you know, just how they create everything that is what makes it so nostalgic looking back. And, I don't know, it's almost even cooler to look back knowing what those things are now.
Yeah.
Hey, you mutt! I just planted those!
I like the hunky gardener.
I spent a whole week on that planter! Whoa!
Dude, I'd actually be so salty. If you've ever had that moment where, like, someone's got their huge dog off leash and they just, like, run up to you and practically jump on you, and they're like, oh, don't worry, he's sweet.
I hate people like you.
We should have held on to him better.
Yes, Daphne, you should have. Exactly.
I like that we're setting up lots of different potential suspects. We already have at least 5 people that could be implicated in something.
That's true.
Bo?
Our new gardener.
Which is good if you're doing a full movie, because in the episodes, maybe you can only handle 3.
Now in this kitchen.
When I read a mystery novel, I want at least 5 suspects, if not, like, as many as 10.
Not bad, but it needs a little more spice. Don't you think so,
Dude,
Scoop?
I love spicy food. Everybody check out our Cuphead reaction where we reacted while eating the Cuphead hot sauces. It was really fun.
The guy.
Oh no.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna eat now. I'm gonna have a spicy burrito. Everybody, what are you having for lunch today? Or breakfast or dinner? Let us know in the comments. I'm truly interested. Maybe I'll take your suggestion.
Like,
Are you using fair trade ingredients?
Rue first. Not chicken, are you, old buddy? Old pal?
Nostalgia. This one totally gets me.
A second ago, I was on fire, and now it's free.
It's not there for me yet. That's interesting.
This scene, there's one line specifically that hits me harder than any other part of the movie that we're close to.
Me too. It's probably the same for me.
Interesting.
See,
It starts
now I'm
here.
there.
Yeah, it starts here, man. This is when it really starts picking up. I would also like to say, when I was a kid, this was actually pretty scary for me. Also, everybody ignore Alec's garbage lighting. He's a pleb and doesn't have blackout curtains.
Peppers?
Oh no.
Again?
I'm trying to get better, everybody. I will in a month, at least.
This place is haunted.
Wow, Fred, get a shot of that.
Content creators, get out. Oh, let's not get out. Let's take a picture.
Here we are in Miss Simone
I love the
Lenoir's
style
kitchen,
of
where
this,
we have our
man.
First encounter with the supernatural spirits of Moonscar Mansion. You can feel
this whole
the
scene is my
chill
favorite,
in
I
the
think.
air.
You can feel the chill in the air.
Who opened a window?
That's it. All the nostalgia's
That's it.
in those lines. Why? Why does that hit so hard?
Because they repeat it a bunch in a second.
Like great.
Maybe that is
The
it. It's
haunting
repetition.
Might just be starting.
We've been levitated before, and there's always a magnet or wire.
We've been levitated before. I'd like to experience levitation.
You can feel the chill in the air.
Here we go.
Yup.
Who opened a window?
With the cool echo effect. I've never heard an echo effect that sounds like that in anything else.
Sure.
Who opened a window?
See, they keep repeating it and it just sticks with you.
Hey,
It's just got such a feel to it.
It looks like
How cool is that?
It is the ghost of Morgan Moonscar.
That's so cool. I also love that you can zoom in on that old camera and have it not be super pixelated. I couldn't even do that for this video.
I can't thank you enough for opening
I
your
would want to
haunted house
stay,
to us, Simone.
actually.
So,
Do you believe
you're
me?
not going
I
to
don't know.
heed
I guess
Moonscar's
I did
threat?
have a situation where
kidding?
I had Get Out
We
written
don't
when I was
scare
working that
that
night
easily.
job. Fun. I have a ghost story, everyone. Watch the Gravity Bros podcast if you want to hear it. You know, I usually praise anime for how they do food, but every once in a while, Scooby-Doo makes a pretty delicious-looking sandwich.
It's gotta be, because Shaggy and Scooby are eating food all the time.
And they have a lot of practice. Don't get me wrong,
true.
everybody. Anime food looks way, way, way better still. Like, way better. But, you know, give credit where it's due. It's a nice-looking sandwich.
Something under here.
Velma, just without permission, scratching out somebody's wall.
Dude, I know, right?
Way.
The Maelstrom, the Disney ride? The extinct Disney ride that was replaced with Frozen?
You can go on the Maelstrom here?
Low-key, though, everybody, we need a Scooby-Doo theme park. And if one exists already, we need a better one. Everybody remember, this is in a time period where we hadn't genetically modified peppers to send you to the hospital. So don't try this at home. It's not the same.
Like, don't use my sandwich to wash it down.
I love potato salad, by the way.
I love all that stuff. I also love cats. Do you make the distinction between a dog and a cat person, and do you take a side?
I think somebody could easily be both. I'm a dog person, but I'm not really as much of a cat person. But it's because I'm allergic, so.
So I'm an animal person. Like, I love all animals, but I'm not an I would have all animals live in my house kind of person. I only like cats and really small dogs. Mostly cats, because cats are so smart. Sorry, dogs.
I also want to mention how cool I liked that little animation where they sort of made Scooby's nose an accordion. That's just like some good old school animation where plausible impossible is the concept I would use to describe it.
I like that they use those in a really, like, it doesn't take you out of the film. It's sparse. It doesn't feel so goofy that it doesn't feel still like it's creepy and that there's like a darker tone to this movie, you know?
Yeah, it still feels like it belongs in the universe.
Exactly, yeah.
Humiliating. Chased into a hole by 1/3 of a BLT.
That's so messed up!
I never got that one as a kid.
I'm okay with farm-raised pork, everybody. It's only when it comes from big businesses destroying the environment that I'm not a fan of. This is not low-key.
I love this scene too, actually. This is another one that's bringing some nostalgia back.
Oh my god. See, I can't remember anything in Scooby-Doo being this, like, holy shit creepy. You know what I mean? Like, look at him, what? His
this is
flesh
scary.
is forming around its skeleton body. This is nightmare fuel. And I love it.
This did scare me a little as a kid. Yeah, that right there. That's, imprinted in my mind. I love this imagery so much. Gosh.
So good. I like the hunky gardener.
I hate him.
Why?
He rubs me the wrong way.
What? Why? He's just a hunky gardener who likes his plants. As far as we know.
He's a jerk.
No, he's not! What? They're so unnecessarily suspicious of this guy.
Have you seen those muscles? Don't trust him.
Oh my god.
What were you doing out here?
My job. I was doing some planting, got thirsty, went to get a drink, and came back to find...
That is like such a reasonable explanation.
But he's so hostile.
Dude, they're the ones who just showed up and are like, what are you doing out here, Mr. Gardener? Outside?
Suspicious about that gardener. Yeah, he is suspicious.
No, he's not!
Cute.
He is cute. Bro, I would be defensive if a gang of teenagers just showed up and was like, hey, you know, we've been here a day, but I'm suspicious of you.
If Lena doesn't mind some extra guests.
Sure thing, Miss Lenoir. I'll start dinner.
Gosh, that was such a creepy image of her side face.
See, that was so much more sus to me.
Yeah.
I won't let you leave.
They're trying to give some editing hints there, it appears.
Yeah, come on.
It's like a descension into darkness. It just gets dimmer and dimmer, and just the sunset, the colors. It's really well animated.
And paired with this music, it's really gives a special feeling.
Thanks, Lena. I'm sure I will.
Maybe I should dress for dinner, eh, Scoob?
I never remembered that joke. Like, other cartoons have made that joke before, but it kind of hits for me whenever they do it.
Boy, do I need a trim. Like, much better.
No difference.
I like that they took the time to animate that.
Who's that? I don't know. Get away.
Again, the designs. Excellent.
Really good.
Robbie.
Ghost Scaring 101. Haunt the competent one first. Skip the riffraff.
What on earth are you doing? There's nothing behind the mirror either. Wait a minute.
You know, where's that gardener right now?
He is suspicious. Also, I thought she was about to find a trapdoor, and it made me think. I do love how much they play with that type of trope, too. Oh, trapdoors here, and you know, a maelstrom sign under the wall. It's just very mystery, haunted house fun.
Yeah.
And this too, yeah, like this, finding a clue.
They're good at, yeah, planning little things to build the overall story.
There were Confederate barracks on this island.
Exactly how long has Bo been working for you, Miss Lenoir?
Well, I think this guy is pretty suspicious.
Oh, you had excellent
You know, I think that gardener.
Like I don't think
Bro!
it was such a good idea.
Did you see those glutes? Who has glutes like that gardening?
Everybody's just threatened by how hot that guy is.
Again, all of the imagery, and even the hoots from the owl, they paint it so well. And again, Hanna-Barbera, they've been doing it for so long. Like, they know what works, and it's remarkable to me.
They have a great use of silence here, too, and just how there's, like, crickets moving in the background.
I'll find us a peaceful place to eat.
You're just driving around. Bro!
That was pretty cruel.
Come on!
You're that afraid of a few cats? Come on.
Why these ghosts?
I mean, cats will mess you up.
You accept that maybe there are some mysteries that have no rational explanation?
You know, I actually get Daphne here. Sometimes I also get tired of the rationale. There's just a piece of everybody who I think wants something to be mystical and not explained, even though you know that a lot of it is.
I don't know. If something's mystical, it just means our rationale we haven't figured out the ration. It still exists. Like, even if it is a ghost, that just means ghosts exist and we need to incorporate that into our worldview, and now ghosts are a part of the logical system of science that is, you know, creating and monitoring our universe. Yeah.
That looks like the kind of thing that I would be nostalgic for, but I did not remember it as well as I would have expected, actually.
See, I watched this, like, 3 weeks ago, so I remember all of this really well.
I realized that you watched it so often.
Well, I mean, I already watched it just once for Halloween. I usually watch it once every year.
I love that. Audience, tell us what your favorite Halloween specials to watch every year are, if you haven't.
Yeah, especially movies.
Over the Garden Wall is my new every year one.
Oh, that one's gorgeous. Gorgeous as always.
Oh, cool! I love this so much.
See, I love how, like, grisly these zombies look. Oh my god, and this car gets stuck in the mud. That's so scary.
Yeah,
dude,
so
this
beautifully
is creepy!
tropey.
That was like a jump scare!
Yeah, no, this is one that I would want to wait a few years before I showed my kids, I think.
It's not that bad.
I don't know, I was pretty easily scared when I was little, so it's hard to say.
Do you want your kids to be like you? No, I'm just kidding.
How dare you.
You must be careful.
Fred, literally like Ken from the Barbie movie.
Literally,
behind
dude.
his eyes.
If there's anybody who exudes the most Ken vibes of any animated character on the planet, it is absolutely Fred.
So it's you!
So...
Your crazy friends are near the bayou screaming about zombies. I didn't see any.
You never do.
He never does.
Yeah, neither have any of you, literally!
Commenters, are we Team Gardener or anti-Gardener?
Gardener! Come on!
Hey, why do you keep treating me like I'm a suspect?
Because you are. Shaggy.
Look how they zoomed in on her face! That was so aggressive!
He grabbed her? Come on.
And now,
oh, actually. Yeah, that was a legitimate reason.
Yeah,
just kidding.
He tried to save her life.
Pinkies. Thanks. But you're still a suspect.
Bro! You totally could have just let me walk into this quicksand and die, and if you were actually nefarious, you would have just let it happen. But you're still a suspect!
Yeah.
Said I enjoy your cooking. And what about Bo?
What about him?
Ooh, the jealous. That's pretty creepy.
Subscribe!
Thank you.
They're so ready to pull this mask off.
Probably the gardener.
Okay, nostalgia.
This is one of the best scenes in the whole movie. Her flipping Scooby. It's Shaggy, obviously.
I'm so ready.
Oh my god. Listen to the sound. I don't know
That's what it is.
how they do that sound effect, but...
Good one.
Oh my god. Okay, ready? Easily the creepiest imagery that we'd ever seen from Scooby-Doo up to this point. In 3, 2, 1. Good thing I can edit, because that was mistimed.
Maybe it's...
Dude! And they, like, throw it?
Head right off. I still think that the pirate from earlier was creepier, but...
No, that to me is the It's a literal dead body. Like, it's just gross. It's creepy in a gross way, you know?
It must be animatronic.
Must be an animatronic. Always the logic. Would be a really cool animatronic. Great idea for the Scooby-Doo theme park that you thought up.
Oh my god, a zombie island ride? Come on, people with money. Somebody make this a thing.
That would be really fun to design a fake Scooby-Doo theme park, just like illustrate it.
Yeah, like draw
Like, there could be a lot of fun there.
You gotta have a Hex Girls, like, roller coaster that tells the whole story of that movie.
Yikes! It's a regular zombie jamboree!
I love that line! It's a regular zombie jamboree! Zombie tourists, run!
Again, I love this so much, especially the darker that the bayou gets. With, you know, they're just coming out of the swamp. So raw.
They got her reaction face. Good job, Fred. Way to keep shooting.
Come on!
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. It's that last scene that I knew that the camera was gonna get tanked.
Can't get any real proof.
Heartbroken. This is the song!
You hear the screeching of an owl.
Yes! Yes, it is.
And it's terror. This is actually on my Halloween theme song, or my Halloween playlist. I hear it all the time.
I'm so glad that I remembered this song, because it's not on mine, but it will be now. I didn't even know this existed on Spotify.
Oh, I don't have Spotify. I have YouTube Music. You know Austin Roberts, all those classic hippie Scooby-Doo songs? They're not on Spotify, but they are on YouTube Music.
Giving YouTube another plug.
I know, right? I hate to say it. I love YouTube. I use it for so many different things.
And the monsters grunt and groan, rotting faces full of slime. Don't you know it's terror time?
Aw, dude, I can never get tired of this.
Dude, this is such a great sequence, too. Like, I'm jamming out over here, but, like, with the zombies and the moonlight and, like, oh, this is just so great. This is peak Scooby-Doo for me, man. Great sequence.
Unbelievable.
Amazing. This is one of my favorite moments. This whole thing ending at the creepy voodoo dolls. So creepy. This thing creeps me the hell out.
Voodoo dolls, another nostalgia trigger for me.
I forgot we were doing that. I lost track.
All the proof sank in quicksand.
That really sucks, dude. Imagine losing all of this footage when your literal job is to find this stuff. I'd quit content creation.
One of my favorite podcasters said, you're not a real content creator until you've lost an entire podcaster video.
Yeah. Gotta love bats
again,
in
great.
Anything Halloween.
Sound editing and music there was great again.
You know what's funny is even though this isn't a Halloween special, this is like my favorite Scooby-Doo thing to watch for Halloween, and I can't even think of any Scooby-Doo Halloween stuff that's remotely this good.
Scooby? Shaggy?
The generator must have gone out. I'll go check it.
No way! I'm not letting you out of my sight.
Hunky Gardner, you're staying right here. She wasn't ever suspicious. She just wanted to be alone with him. I knew it!
Fred! Are you alright?
Yeah.
Ooh!
Thanks.
Pat on head.
Daphne
you
just...
adorable Ken doll.
Oh my god, you're no kidding.
The house, and Miss Lenoir opened the secret passageway. She said it was built during the Civil War to hide from Union soldiers, but the zombies came after us.
Wait a minute. That means these Civil War guys weren't with the Union. These were the South ones. These were the defenders of slavery. Yeah, they definitely had slaves at this mansion. If you don't like slavery, though, you should stop buying non-fair trade bananas and coffee.
Oh my god.
Or you're a hypocrite.
Looks to me like a place for voodoo rituals. But why don't we...
That was a really quick summation there, Daph, or Velma.
Her story about Simone getting dragged
True.
by zombies wasn't true. I saw the footprints of Simone's heels. She wasn't
There are
dragged.
some assumptions.
She walked down that tunnel.
Dude, Velma is so smart, actually, though. She's like, I didn't see any drag marks. She walked.
Very clever, Velma. But it's too late.
I guess it didn't pay off. But even still, that was a great way to use context clues.
And good mystery writing in general.
Yeah.
Alright, so now I can say, yeah, at least they're the villains, hardcore villains here.
You know what, Gardner? You're still suspicious.
Sorry, I suspected you.
Apology accepted.
The harvest moon will soon reach.
Fine, the gardener's innocent.
We're all so happy.
Innocent of this crime. We don't know what else he's done.
That's true. We find out that, well, I'll make that joke at the end. Dude!
So cool.
That actually, as a kid, might have scared me the most.
Just what are you planning to do to us?
It's simple. Every harvest moon, I must drain the life force from.
Honestly, when you really sit on some of these stills, they're a little cheesy.
This is more haunted stuff than I really wanted.
Yeah, that's always been the case for Scooby-Doo, I guess, and maybe they could have elevated it one more level, but I like the cheese.
No, I mean, this holds up so well in so many ways that, like, it's more of a nitpick than an actual criticism.
There's no time to waste. I am happy to see y'all.
I didn't see this one coming. I didn't think he'd be involved.
No! Why cat people? Maybe that'll get answered and I just forgot why.
Oh, they explain it.
This guy's more... Yeah, I guess he's a cat wolf type thing.
Remember? They explained it here. Here's your backstory.
Ah, that's right. Okay.
I was one of a group of settlers who made this island our home. We looked to our cat god for a bountiful harvest.
Cat god. That's why.
If you worship a cat god, you turn into a cat, and that's it, I guess.
Hasn't worked for me yet.
All except for Lena and myself.
Man, pretty hardcore.
Oh my god, they all just got eaten by crocodiles in the water? Oh my god!
Gators.
Alligators, you're right. But that's still so messed up!
We uttered a curse on the pirates to destroy them as they had destroyed our island.
Ah, so it was a revenge thing. That's right. So, even on Zombie Island, they're not on the same side.
Did we discover that invoking the cat god's power had cursed us as well?
That's kind of a bummer, honestly. They're not even really the villains. They were kind of just protecting their village and used the magic that they thought would work.
That is true.
Like, I gotta be honest.
No, you're right. It was definitely, the pirates that came and, like, pillaged and killed all of them.
Sometimes it became necessary for Lena to lure outsiders back to the island.
That's messed. That's where they become villains, is they're like, well...
Pretty smart for a television reporter.
Oh, got her.
Oof. I mean, fair, though.
They don't have television. They can't say anything about TV.
Oh, that's true!
Going somewhere.
Dude, I love his voice performance. This is...
What's the matter? Cat got your
It's fun.
tongue?
Yeah, he really... I could just see him eating this up in the recording studio. So, okay, so picture this. You're a fairy guy, and you're getting old, and these people are like, hey, so technically we have cat god powers, and if you want, we need a fairy person. You want to be immortal?
I'm out.
I would think about it. I mean, I don't want to be
wanna
immortal at all, but, like, I would at least be interested in why, like, how does this mechanism work?
I've had enough of that meddling dog!
Whoa. Dude, she said that like it was a curse word. Oh yeah, I forgot that they just hadn't fully transformed. Wait, you already know they're on your side.
Pretty scary.
Yeah, it
like,
is.
Look at that animation! Like, their faces are melting!
Yeah. Yeah. I always wonder what the mechanism of voodoo doll murder is.
Oh no!
It's kind of sick to see, like, werewolves and zombies fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or werecats, I guess. Well, don't say that when we've got a Civil War soldier. Good guys, relatively speaking, in this context.
Yeah, this is definitely complicated, especially because they are also the ones that killed all of these poor villagers in the first place.
I know, right?
Thought about how morally questionable this ending kind of is, at least in terms of good versus bad.
I know, right? I mean, some of these zombies are Civil War vets on the wrong side of history. Some of them are tourists from a more recent side of history, probably still the wrong side, all things considered. The others are the pirates that pillaged. I don't know if anyone in this is a good guy.
Yeah, I think it's just time to get off the island.
Daphne's a reporter. We're about to find that there are no good characters in this.
Are you guys okay?
Oh, the way they animated his face to look all dry and old from getting the life sucked out of him.
I was beginning to feel like a raisin.
You know what's funny? As much as I remember, like, all of this, I still don't really remember how it ends that well. The ending is never the thing that stuck out to me.
Yeah, same. It doesn't really matter. It's all about the imagery and how gothic this whole thing is. How creepy it is. Also, how intimidating are these villains?
They are really scary, really well designed.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of the villains that they put in this thing were well designed. Oh. Well, that's great. Now they're free of the burden.
Yeah, that's actually true. But also, that was horrifying!
Let the zombies die, too.
Oh
Good.
my god.
What's happening to them?
Their spirits have been avenged, Shaggy.
Dude, that is, like, so creepy.
There we go. We can finally rest in peace.
Thank you.
I love that
You're
Scooby
welcome.
screams through that thing.
And the police will never believe this story either.
Don't be so sure.
That's what I'd be
I'm
worried
Detective
about.
Bone Neville. Been working undercover, investigating the island disappearances.
See, that's why he was so suspicious.
That's why you were digging around.
Okay, I actually forgot about that.
I almost made a joke about that like 5 times, and I could kind of tell you didn't remember, so I didn't end up doing it.
Yeah.
Bo, Detective Neville,
Puts hands on muscle.
have you ever been on TV?
The gardener's a hero. Huzzah. We're all so happy.
He's a cop. Let's not jump too far. He's a detective. That's like better.
But I would like to write detective stories someday.
Jinkies! I've always been crazy about a good detective story.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Not like any of these romance plots ever matter, because we reboot every Scooby movie in a completely new way every time.
Hey, I ship the gardener and Velma. So are all those nice peppers just gonna die and this whole island's just gonna get overrun? Also, I want to know everything about that fisherman now and how he had no idea this was going on. Like, bro, where were you?
Actually, that is a great question. We got almost no content from him whatsoever.
He was literally just there to throw us off the other villain's trail. I'm so hungry.
I know. I was like, that sandwich looks good right now.
Oh, and the peppers, bro.
Rocky. Rats. Right.
I'd be freaked out. Low-key. That's when I get the exterminator.
That was so fun, dude.
They knew this was the best song. Alright, I'm just gonna... Wow, I didn't know Jim Cummings was Jock. Jim Cummings was Jock! The fairy guy!
Mark Hamill was in it, too.
Mark Hamill is Snakebite
Snakebite.
Scruggs? He was the fisherman!
That's so funny.
Oh my god!
Okay.
This song was great, too.
Dedicated to Don Messick, the original voice of Scooby-Doo.
Oh.
Okay, it was 98. I thought it was actually early 2000s, but that tracks.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, I don't remember ever watching this either.
Oh, he made up with the cats.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yeah, nice little plot resolution after you tried to, like, drive them and throw them off the car.
Oh, well, I mean, they looked like they were Granted, that's valid.
Maybe.
I want to, like, say who this is, like, kind of for, and, you know, if you've never seen it in full and you want to, and you're wondering if you'll actually get into it, because I'm going to edit around this a lot. It's going to be way shorter than the full recording that we did. If you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, you'll love this. Like, straight up, this is one of the best Scooby-Doo things that's ever been made, and if you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, you'll just definitely love it. I also think that if you're a fan of, like, zombie movies and general horror, you're really going to like this movie. It's not going to get any, like, scares out of you as an adult, but it's enjoyable to watch. Maybe even just like as a popcorn movie to, you know, throw on in the background while you're doing other things. It's not like straight up Halloween, but it's really creepy, and it's one of the best toned and fun to watch Scooby-Doo films that I think's ever existed. If you're looking for a more serious, like scary kind of thing, I think you're more likely to be into something like Monster House. There are other animated movies that I would like. Coraline is a lot edgier than this. There are scarier Halloween animated things that you could watch, and if you're more into that, this might not be right up your speed. If you're watching our show, I feel like you'd probably enjoy it.
At the end of the day, it's just a fun, spooky time, which is my favorite thing about watching Halloween content. If you're somebody who doesn't really enjoy being scared, but you just like the vibes of Halloween, then this is so good.
Yeah, I think also if you're a fan of the hand-drawn animation style, this is really gorgeous to watch from beginning to end. I think one of my biggest takeaways from watching this every year is just like, wow, this looks really good. And Scooby-Doo doesn't have to look that good. They definitely tried in this movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they went hard and it turned out great.
Yeah, good voice acting, creepy from beginning to end. Decent mystery even. I think that the ending where like the whole, you know, island ends up being kind of cursed from this weird werewolf thing. Like, if you called that, you are freaking Nostradamus. I would have never guessed that that was the ending from that setup in a million years.
Even Scooby-Doo, which is, I think everybody thinks of as being predictable, there was still some surprise there.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Let us know your favorite Scooby-Doo properties in the movie. If you're still here, definitely don't forget to hit the like button. Shit, I forgot to say subscribe this whole time. Hey everyone, this is the end of the recording, and I'm sticking this in the middle of the video to tell you to subscribe to the channel. Right,
That's
Alec?
good. Yes, or you could just throw in a part where I just say, subscribe at a random spot, and then see if that has any kind of a psychological effect.
You know what? I'm going to do both and then keep this at the end for everybody who stayed to the end as a little bonus treat.
I love that.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, this was an awesome time, everybody. Thanks so much for watching these with us. Let us know the movies you want to see and all that, and we'll see you next time.